Having returned at last to Tharbad and taken such rest as weary travellers might find within its ancient walls, the company set themselves to the study of those things they had won at so great a cost. There, amidst lore gathered from dusty archives and the counsel of the wise, they learned a troubling truth concerning Gulathang's echo. The blade was no common sword of latter days, but a relic forged in the waning years of the Second Age. More ominous still, it had been wrought by men of the East, folk who in elder times had hearkened to the teachings of the servants of Sauron. Yet some wonder had attended its history, for though born of a dark tradition, the sword had been cleansed in the healing waters of Signamen, where whatever shadow lingered within its making had been washed away, and its evil put to rest. But the same could not be said of the treasure they had recovered as the Star of Korba, or its true name, the Star of Goba. What at first had seemed a precious and holy jewel was revealed instead to be a thing corrupted. The light within it was no true blessing, but a radiance, twisted and poisoned by arts of sorcery long forgotten. The dead were drawn to it still, as moths to a baleful flame, and no skill of healing nor rite of cleansing would wholly redeem it. The wise declared that the only fate remained to it was that the gem must be cast into deep earth fire and utterly unmade. Such fires were rare in Middle-earth, yet beneath the mountains there remained places where they still burned. The ancient forges of the dwarves in Khazad-dûm, if any endured, might provide the means of its destruction. While these matters weighed heavily upon their hearts, chance, or perhaps that strange providence which oft guides the paths of the free people, brought them unexpectedly upon Sneed in the streets of Tharbad, and he led them to Amelia Kern, the lady whose wealth and influence had first enabled their quest for the star. Before her they laid the bare truth. The jewel was tainted beyond healing, they said, though true restoration and blessing could yet be found within the hallowed mound at Setnamen. In turn they learned that Amelia's purpose had not been wholly as they had believed. She had sought the gem's power not for the prosperity of Tharbad, nor for her own advancement, but for the sake of her son, who had long been wasting away beneath some grievous affliction. Pity stirred among them, for her hope had rested upon false remedy. Yet Amelia did not send them away empty-handed. In gratitude for their honesty, and trusting still in their resolve, she delivered into their keeping a ledger containing evidence against one of Tharbad's masters of excise. Through this, they might gain an audience with the master, and thereby continue their pursuit of Jari, whose crimes had not been forgotten, and whose reckoning yet remained unpaid. Long they pondered the road before them. An oath had been sworn to bring Jari to justice, and none among them treated such vows lightly. Yet the danger posed by the star seemed greater than any single dwarf. Should it remain in the world, its corruption might spread far beyond the reach of mortal reckonings. Seeking wisdom, they took counsel with Gandalf, the Grey Pilgrim, who listened to all that they had learned, and after much thought he spoke words that turned their minds towards a darker road. Thus the company resolved, not without sorrow, to set aside for a time their pursuit of Jari. Their oath would not be forgotten, but delayed. For a greater task now lay before them. Bearing the accursed star, they turned their thoughts eastward towards the shadowed halls of Moria. There, in the deep places beneath the mountains, amid ancient forges and fires that had burned since the elder days of the world, they would seek to destroy the gem forever, and rid Middle-earth of its lingering evil. Thus began their journey into the darkness beneath the earth.